I never took myself to be a flat earther, but I'm gonna make Flat Earth Santa proud for sure. Hey guys, Kylo here. I teach paramotor school. I teach people to fly these gliders and these motors together. And the big place we do it is a little airport near my home, Springhill Municipal Airport. And if you look at this monstrosity here, this was the day that I decided it is too big, it is in the way, it has taken up more than half the field. I have to fix it. Yeah, this is how I do that. Whoa! So this is what I just did. There's a place out here at Springhill Airport. Just better? I know it's probably terrible. Any which way you look at me, I know. Beautiful day. It's a little strong. It's a little strong out here. And it's a little broken. But boy, what a good big damn day. You could go really far on a day like this. But you'd have to be on your game. Have to be on your game. A lot of nastiness up there today. So instead I opted to do a little ditch digging. Y'all may not know about me, but I'm also a ditch digger. I've done this job for money in the past. But today I did it recreationally. I called this mud hole over here Cannonball Hole. Because everybody that runs into that on a launch or a landing does a cannonball right into it. I took a rotor tiller to it. Man, it's draining right on out of here too. Wow, there's a lot of water out here. Whoa, that's deep right there. Ooh, Cannonball Pond. I wonder how many snakes I come across there. No wonder it doesn't ever dry out here. Well, I can already tell there's another area that I'm probably gonna have to till up. But for now, we got it draining good. Now I gotta go switch trailers and come back and do kiting school. Now I've been ditch digging all day. Actually, I skipped lunch. I dug this ditch on my lunch break. Food is for people who probably don't eat enough. I eat plenty. Whoa, shit, it's deep out here now. Woo. See y'all later. What's up, y'all? I've been digging ditches all day with a tiller and a trencher shovel. But we got it draining good now. We got some big rains this morning, is what I was waiting on. Use the water to help wash out the debris. Till up. Yep, we're about to reclaim this portion of the field. God, my back hurts. Woo! Ain't nobody got time for that. I gotta go wash this tiller and return it, and then wash my butt and everything else that I got. I'm filthy. Working in the rain since the crack of dawn, digging dang ditches. About all I can say, that's all I've been doing. I'm whipped now, boys, girls. See y'all real soon on the next one. What's up? Funky. I was about to get geared up, but I realized if I'm gonna vlog out in the sunshine, I better put on my sunglasses. Part of being a paramotor instructor is field management. I've become a turf manager, it seems. I've studied on it for a couple years now. I've been working the land a little bit lately, more physically, like moving dirt kind of stuff. I'm pretty good at herbicides because that falls right into the pharmacy chemistry training that I have as a doctor pharmacist. I've got this stuff sprayed and it's ready to be cut. So I'm gonna do some manual cutting with the weed whacker, and I'm gonna do some mowing, and then I'm gonna do some land leveling at some point when it dries enough. Kylo coming at you from the first part of June. Almost said July, but I didn't say it. I think this tractor thing back here, this thing is a force multiplier. I've done the work of many men all by myself with like $50 worth of diesel fuel. Talk about a flex, man. Flexing those hydraulic motors and seals and pistons. Yeah, that thing flexes. It's a little tractor. There are tractors that flex much bigger than mine. But man, every time I move a scoop of dirt in that thing, I think to myself how it felt to manually shovel an entire wheelbarrow full of dirt and then move it and then dump it and then spread it. And I can do all that on this tractor while not even breathing hard in about 1/1000th of the time. It's just, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. And I just thought that I would come on here and tell you about it. I've been regrading land. I've not been doing a lot of video editing. I've not been doing a lot of flying. I did have a return student show up today. First one since the get-go with the tractor here. Aside from that, I've been tractoring. I call that a thing. I'm tractoring now. And ultimately, I'm waiting on things to dry out. And when it gets really dry, you grade it and you let it rain. And then you grade it and then you let it rain. I think this is gonna work out. I think it's gonna work out. But this is my first time doing this. Ain't nobody ever showed me how to do it. I just look at where the water flows. I think I watched like a how-to video. Somebody said, always drag your stuff uphill. Start at the bottom and drag it uphill. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's draining good. It's draining good. But there's some spots that are downhill right now that I can't get to. They low spots. That's coming. I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get them. I hope you enjoyed my vlog update about what I've been doing. Subscribe more videos. See you next time. This was a crucial moment for regrading the airport. I had water. Water will run downhill. So if you have standing water, you have to connect the puddles all the way to the bottom of the hill. And I was able to get a very good eye about where things wanted to go, and I just sort of pushed them the way that they wanted to go. Now I gotta admit, I was a little bit worried when I seen all the water everywhere. I thought, man, what did I do? But there was probably always this much water here. You just couldn't see it due to the vegetation. This is what it looked like after I got done and let it drain out. There was just a few little places, some minor places, and I got to those as it dried up and as I was available to do it. It rained a few times, but for the majority of the month of June, it was rinse and repeat. It would rain, I would cut drain. It would rain, I would cut drain, regrade, push dirt, move dirt. I just wanted to get it basically right, hydrology wise, before I even started with grass. Okay, I pulled the camera out at the field. We got Dave and James with us today, but this is what I got currently set up. That's terrible content, isn't it? How about that? Just a little bit of change of angle, it's all better. So we got the dang old cheap Craigslist barrels. They had soap and bleach in them. I think they all had soap in them. I didn't smell any bleach in any of them. I've just sort of half-assed put this thing out there. I run a pipe down here. I got a little seed bed right there. And I got a little seed bed right there, but that ain't enough. We're gonna have to make them bigger. I got a sprayer, a battery-powered sprayer that'll run 40 PSI, and I'm gonna fashion a water hose attachment to it, bring it out here and connect it to these tanks. And I'm gonna leave some tanks here, and I'm gonna bring some tanks home. I'm gonna use the tanks I bring home, fill up water and bring back out here. And I'm just gonna let the pump siphon off of all the tanks at once. That's my plan. I just decided. Let me show you the jive that's going on. Boy, what a pretty evening. But yeah, this is the Kylo water truck. Pumps pond water in it. Open water hose. Put it over here in these barrels. I hijacked my boom sprayer. This is, used to have, well, I've still got all the parts. All I gotta do is convert it back. And this is the real key. It's the timer valve. This is a timer valve. I hacked it and I changed out some plumbing on it, and I plumbed it into some PEX with a connect. I had all this stuff at the house from building things over the years. I just ran it into a water hose. Now, it's a funny story. As I began my research, I thought I could just go down to the hardware store and get an adapter. 11/16 by 18 is a thread pitch that you don't find on anything except for sprayers applicators. Oddly enough, there's nothing that connects them to garden hoses because you might catch yourself drinking out of a garden hose, but you're not gonna drink out of an applicator. Now, I clean mine properly after chemical usages. I'm not worried about contamination, but I'm not gonna drink water out of it either. I'm pumping pond water through these things. I pull the water out of the pond. It takes 2 minutes to fill this 250-gallon tank with my pump. Crank it 2 minutes later, it's full. I just come out here and I need to pump it from the truck to the tanks. That's gonna be the ultimate goal. I want to do a launch, but I've been riding a bulldozer all day. And riding a bulldozer all day will wear your ass smooth out. Loud and shaky. And last thing I want to do is put on a paramotor with loud, shaky. Change job's hard. I'm getting this thing right though. It's a lot of work. I planned for it, but that's why I'm kind of in hiatus. If you're not hearing from me, I ain't answering a call. I ain't even looking at my phone until it's over, and I don't even get through all of it sometimes. I suck at the internet and communication. But I'm getting better and better at moving dirt. I never took myself to be a flat earther, but I'm gonna make Flat Earth Santa proud for sure. Not level, but flat-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna go back home and get the fertilizer. I gotta go. I gotta go. I love y'all. Kyle out. Updated the field. I pulled up about an hour ago and there was a huge mud hole out here. I figured that I had dumped too much dirt on the low end of it. I kind of expected that, but the thing was wide and shallow. And as you regrade the land, chipping away little bit by little bit, what you should see is like the large mud holes turn into a bunch of smaller mud holes, ultimately turn into one big shallow mud hole, and then you just find where the center of it is and you cut a little drain and it goes out. And that's what I did. It's draining, but also it started raining again, which couldn't be better for the seeds that I have out here. I've seeded almost the entire field. I put 5 acres, probably more like 10 acres of Bermuda seed out here on this 5 acres. Now I spread it around randomly. This was not a targeted planting where I had like a seed drill going in. I just took the bag and held it by the tractor tire and let it slowly trickle out on the tractor tire and bounce seeds everywhere as I was dragging this tractor with this sod buster behind me. So it was constantly covering and scattering the seeds as I was going along. And I just meandered around all over the place, and then I moved the dirt around quite a bit, just scraping on it, just, you know, I'm gonna bury some of the seed. And then the fact that it's raining, I think this is gonna be okay. I'm gonna leave it like it is. I'm gonna leave my shovels out there in case I gotta redig. I know it's terrible content, but my door's getting wet. I ain't even unpacked. We just got back from watching the Falcon 9 Transporter 2 mission launch and the booster return down there at Cape Canaveral. My oldest son graduated high school, so I was proud of him. I told him, graduate high school, I'll take you down there and watch space launch. I never seen one, you never seen one. I said, watch our first one together. And we got to do it, man. It was a real special time I had with him. We enjoyed that. But I got back and immediately had to come out here and go do a little work at this place. I gotta get it right early. It's coming up on July the 4th weekend. Like, time is ticking. There's my seatbelt beeper. I'm at the airport truck. It don't even count out here. So here we go. I'm gonna drive out here. For the majority, it's dry. I've got it like graded real well. We'll go right out here to the ditch and see if it's draining still. Yeah, look at that. I like what I'm seeing. You can see where the mud hole used to be, way up there and way over here. It drained down quite a bit since I cut that little ditch in it. As much hand shoveling as it was where the old ditch was, so I had it cut pretty good already. That's the first thing I did was cut that ditch. It came out relatively easy without too much excruciating work. Like I say, I'm getting out of here. It's raining. I hope you enjoy this kind of content because that's all I'm making right now. There's just not a lot of flying going on. Talk to you soon. I'm gonna get out of here before it gets muddy and go do some inside stuff, I guess. What's up, guys? Kyle out. Shush it. Shush it. Fine. Fine, you mother. There. We're not even on the road. You happy now? Happy now? We're at the airport. We're driving down the dang old taxiway. truck's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. I'm kind of glad it beeps at me though. I buckle up. It makes me buckle up. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't a lot of times. It's scary. Buckling up will save your life. It's proven. I know this is the worst kind of content. I'm gonna turn this thing off now. All right, bye guys. Hey guys, just good content about that. That any better? It don't matter what I do. I'm a terrible videographer, but you hear that? You hear that sound? I've got on earplugs, so it's hard for me to hear the sounds, but I know the sounds that are there. I can hear the sound of wind blowing through the trees and the leaves rustling together, and I can see the thermals and the birds and the faint rumble of an idling diesel engine in the background that's ever present in my life. Well, most of the time it's the sound of a roaring diesel engine right inside my barricaded ear holes. I'm getting a lot closer though. It seems to be my mantra as I'm getting close. I don't know that I even see the finish line, but I know I'm closer. This is a slow process. Even though I'm using tractors and heavy equipment, I'm just one person, and the amount of time that you have is the real money here. It's the time. You gotta maximize your time. You don't have to. I enjoy maximizing my time. People wonder how I do so much, and it's just because it's a time management function. But it becomes frustrating when things get in the way of that. What a beautiful day though. I'm gonna show you this thing I built. So as you can see, I take little chunks out of the ground with this thing. But what we got out here is a lot of Dallas grass. That stuff is tough as nails. But I don't want to use any poisons until I get grass established in other parts out here. So we're going to wait on, selective herbicide application. What I may be looking for is just a patch of Bermuda spriglings. If they came up, I don't know. Growing seed is hard. I think the answer is these plugs that I'm doing. And I could just come water those little spots. Yeah, I tried seed just for the hell of it. I was doing the land anyway, and some of it might take, some of it has. So it was not all for nothing, but strategically placing it and trying to baby it out here is just ridiculous. There's no water here. It's hard enough when you have water that you do it right. So anyway, that's patient man's game, and I'm running out of summer. I gotta get some grass moved. I got kids that'll do it for money. I'm gonna go around here and cut all these ruts on this thing. Everywhere that I want to put a plug, I'm gonna cut a rut with this cutter right here. It does pretty good. I used a planer blade. I gotta get this part cutting right here. This part doesn't have a blade. I messed that up. My first time building one, I just put a blade on the bottom. I thought the edges could be sort of dull, but no, the dull part's right here. But it's okay for tearing at the ground. See, when it cuts, it cuts really good at the bottom. You get a nice shear. But the sides get sort of broken up and busted. That was a Kylo design. It was real cheap. It just took a little bit of welding and some geometry, a little bit of math, physics, chemistry, electricity. It took everything I had to get it, but I can make it. So that's cool. But I'm wasting a lot of time here on this camera. I'm gonna cut some paces and move some plugs of grass and bring some water to them. And that'll be that. We'll go from there. This is your quick and dirty July 17th field update. I got my dirt minions moving sod onto the trailer. We've been cutting it out of the yard and transplanting it all around. But these are the best dirt minions on the block. They're gonna do me right. I'll pay them some money. I gotta get back to work. I ain't gonna make them do all of it. It's a big day in Kylo land. I planted the last grass plug and I've got Bermuda spread all over this flat earth like a cancer. And I'm done moving grass for a minute. I'm gonna take a celebration flight right now out of the front yard. I grabbed my helmet. I do have to change my pants because I took a large slosh of pond water right down the crack of my ass. It's pretty much not comfortable, so I'm gonna change into maybe some shorts. Yeah, I think shorts will be the option for tonight. Is this good content? So I come out to the airport to see if I can show you what these Bermuda grass sprigs look like. Now right where I'm standing here, we got a pretty good area of Bermuda. It's just a patch though, and then it's patchy. But this stuff runs. This grass is constantly reaching out with, these are called stolons. They reach out and they make a new node, and they reach out and they make a new node. But when I thought the seed was a bust, I was wrong. The seed took. A lot of the seed took. I'm trying to find a patch of spriglings here to show you. It was so random how I planted it out here. If you look really close, you'll see lots and lots of these little spriglings. This is Bermuda sprigs. Yeah, from too far of a distance, you barely even notice it. But those little sprigs are everywhere. So as long as we don't have some sort of major drought situation coming up, I think it's gonna take. I mean, a lot of it has already taken, even with the drought. There's a lot of established Bermuda. I've thrown some fertilizer to it. Should take off. We should have ourselves a very respectable field within a couple of years. A few minor drainage issues. I mean, these things can be brushed over. I mean, it's wet and soggy right now, but when it dries out, I'll be able to kind of fine tune the areas that are holding what little water there is. And that's it. That's it. I think my job will be mostly done aside from mowing and applicating some chemicals here and there. So that's where we're at. I'm happy. I'm gonna go back to the pharmacy and sell some drugs. This mud is like a clingy ex-girlfriend. It just doesn't come off once it gets on. You gotta scrape and pry and peel, and you're never gonna get it off. It's that Louisiana gumbo mud, clay mud. Every step, it builds up. If you keep walking on it, you end up with like these big clodhopper shoes, like they're made out of bricks of clay. But that's that for your Bermuda grass update by Kylo. Yeah, my apologies for the content. But in my mind, I'm seeing the end result. I'm seeing the big picture, like a flat, carpety, there's rain falling. I gotta get out of here. And here we have it. Toward the end of August, you can see where I put plugs all over the place. Places where there was no Bermuda anywhere to be seen. There was still a bit of a drainage issue, but compared to what was going on, this is such a minor thing. It was really easy to fix just with a couple of afternoons and a shovel. Once it dried out enough and I saw what needed to be done, it was game over for the mud holes. The leftover sod, after we finished plugging it in, we filled in ruts in various places that were low, just as a filler. So for the next set of photos, it's the end of the year. I'm going to show you what happened between August and October. So I took some pictures yesterday. Let's do some before and after.